Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for turning up. I'm happy. I've already been introduced, but maybe I want to start with a story. Last week, I received a phone call. And in this phone call, they were telling me that the lady who stays just a few blocks away from me committed suicide. This lady was old. She had some sicknesses that she had been battling with for a very long time, and her children had already moved away from home. She seemed to have no family member. And when we pass by her home, she looks fine. She smiles at you, she greets you, you say, Jebale konyabo, and you move on. She has this smile on her face. And so when I got the call that she committed suicide, I couldn't believe that this is so close to me. And I was wondering, what could I have done? Could I have done more? Could we have done more? Charlie is someone that's so dear to me. Charlie is a software developer. He has tight deadlines. You guys know that stuff, tight deadlines, pressure, long hours, and on top of that, isolation. Because most developers work isolated. Remote work, you're in your room from morning till evening, and the next day and the next, and you have to finish this project before you even think of standing up because they're on your case. You have to meet the deadline. So Charlie is going through everything that you guys are going through as developers. So I want us to start with some neck stretches because I am assuming that everybody here has been sitting in a chair coding or looking at your computers. So everybody stand up. So the instructions are here. Your back is straight. Your back is straight. So we are going to tilt our heads to the right, towards your ear. Okay, 1, 2, 3, everybody. Where's your right? Yes, it's my other side. Yes. And so you hold for 15 seconds. I don't have a timer, but hold for 15 seconds. I'll just count. 1. Try to make sure your ear is touching. It's a stretch, so go as much as possible. Someone is too stiff. They've been sitting in that chair for so long. Yeah, so okay, let's do the other side. Okay, we're going to stop there. But these are the exercises that I want you can have your seats. These are the exercises that I want you to keep on doing as you're doing your work, because I realize that you sit a lot. So as you're doing your work, take the time to do stretches. There are so many other stretches that I can't even do here. Some of them involve going down, But try to find exercises in the midst of your work routine so that you don't damage your spine. And also take breaks from your computer so you don't damage your eyes. I see everybody here is wearing glasses. Yes. So, I'm still telling you about Charlie. Charlie also suffered from imposter syndrome, like he was talking about it. That feeling the need to be perfect, and, when you don't know, you feel like a fraud. So I was saying about your eyes. Charlie also started getting issues with his eyes. They started tearing, and because he spends so long on the screen, and this is just really an occupational hazard of being a software developer. He had a poor work-life balance. He was like working 24/7. You couldn't tell the difference between Charlie when he's at work and like there was it. If he woke up in the morning, it would be, I have a deadline. In the evening, I have a deadline. There was no timeline. Unfortunately, 1 in 3 Ugandans is depressed. And here is the statistics. 700,000 people die by suicide each year. And so when you break it down, that's 1 death every 40 seconds across the world. So suicide is among the leading causes, the top 6 causes of death across the world. And then in Uganda, when you do the numbers and you break it down, we have this number, 4,000 in a year, suicide deaths in a year. So it is actually that serious. And unfortunately, most people are depressed. Depression and anxiety are the topmost on the list of mental health illnesses. So you'd think I would talk about maybe bipolar, or when we say mental health, people think some mad guy who's walking on the streets. But actually, the mental illness that is most popular is depression and anxiety. And most people don't get treatment because of stigma, not just in Uganda, but even across the world. 75% to 80% of Africans don't get treatment for mental illnesses because of stigma. People will think I'm mad. People will think I'm weak. Other people think these are evil spirits, go to church and we need to bind some demons. And then 35% to 50% in countries that are high income, still don't get treatment. That's a high number for a high income country. 50%, 35 to 50%, and it's still the same reason, stigma. People will think I'm weak. And unfortunately in Uganda, we have only one national referral hospital, that's Butabika, that does the mental health. So even the resources are a bit limited, and the ones that are private are a bit costly. So the challenges are real, and that's why I want you to prioritize your mental health in every step of the way. Because yes, we all want the job, we all want to, advance our careers, but your health matters more than all these things. So I want to tell you about these signs of depression, and maybe you can tell me if you've experienced some of them. The feeling sad, empty, or hopeless most of the time, losing interest in activities that you once enjoyed, weight loss or weight gain when your appetite is constantly fluctuating. Either you sleep too much or you don't get any sleep at all, either of the two. Then you're feeling tired all the time. You have trouble focusing, self-hatred, low self-esteem, self-blame, unexplained aches, pains, back aches and all that, and digestive issues that don't respond to treatment. Please note that if it responds to treatment, probably it's just a normal thing. But if it's not responding to treatment, maybe there is a mental illness associated. Then thoughts of death or suicide. Okay, so I want to say that mental health is like how you get malaria or infection or how you fall sick. So when you get malaria, you don't be like, let me take it, I'm a man, You go and you seek treatment and help. The more you say, let me take this malaria, I'm strong. How people see me weak going to the hospital, you get worse. You get worse. And now by the time they are rushing you to hospital, it is really critical. So that is why when you go for that counseling initial session, you're going to have a lot to unpack because you've been piling a lot under the carpet. So it's actually important that we do these sessions and normalize them on a regular basis. You don't have to wait to break down to go in and speak to someone. When you feel the pressure coming on, even before you break down, have a session, a 1-hour session, so that when you're broken down, you're not now at critical condition. So that is how we will actually reduce the number of us going to Butabika and maybe clean Butabika's name, hopefully. So this is anxiety. It's among the leading mental illnesses. Persistent worry about a variety of everyday situations, difficulty relaxing, feeling restless, feeling easily fatigued, even if you've not done anything, trouble focusing, increased irritability without any clear cause, persistent tension in your muscles, shoulders or back, trouble falling or staying asleep, restless, unsatisfying sleep, you're tossing and turning, heart palpitations, sweating, trembling, shortness of breath. You begin to avoid situations that may trigger your anxiety, and then you have sudden episodes of intense fear or discomfort, often accompanied by physical symptoms like chest pain, dizziness, or a feeling of loss of control. So, what are your experiences with this one? Okay, thank you. So what you shared is about being mindful. Like you said, you can take a walk and it won't be effective for you because you're just rushing through it thinking about the code you left in the computer. But being present in this moment right now, I'm here with you. I'm not thinking about my baby at home. I'm just here. So when you're on that walk, you're in the walk with the trees, with the ground, with the people, not in the other situation that happened. So you have to really learn how to manage your mind and your thoughts. Anybody else want to share about this one? Good. So what you mentioned, setting goals that are SMART, specific, measurable, achievable. Your goals have to be achievable. If you set a goal that is really a big chunk, like you said, you'll feel overwhelmed. And also another thing that helps is planning out your day, like your friend was advising you. So if you have 10 things to do, and then you say, maybe today I'll do 3 of them. Once you do the first one and you tick it off, you feel a rush of a dopamine rush and say, okay, if I finish this first one, maybe I can do the second one. So at the end of the day, when your list is all ticked out, you actually feel good. Like, I'm making progress. I'm not there, but I am shifting because you have laid down the things that are that big mountain. You've broken them down into just a small list, like you were saying. Anybody else? Okay, thank you. And what he's saying is so important. You need to learn to say no. That's your superpower. Learn to say no. When you need to know yourself enough to know that this is where my limit is. This is as much as I can take. So you need to spend time self-discovering and knowing where is my breaking point. Okay, because you didn't know that this was it, now that you know, you can begin to see, okay, I'm seeing this. Okay, now there are 3 on the list, now 4. I think I have 5 of them. So you can identify where your breaking point is. So once you're getting there, learn to say no, prioritize your health, take the time off like he has said. Because if you are in Butabika, your boss will continue and hire someone else. Yeah? Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I just wanted to point on that. Viewing failure not as the end of you, but as a sign of progress. So we need to change the way we view failure. Okay, thank you. So this is what we are trying to do. We are creating awareness, and so this is a stress management workshop, and there are counseling services. Is this name better than Butabika? Lila Haven. Is better than Butabika? Yeah, so you can scan to join a mental health support group where people just constantly remind you to prioritize your mental health. Yeah, it's a WhatsApp group if you're interested. And they offer free counseling services. But in case you really are having anxiety, please see a psychologist and get some treatment. Go for some counseling sessions. Book yourself in before it reaches the other critical condition. Yeah? Yeah, and we need more of these workshops because clearly people don't even know what is going on with themselves. They think it's normal, yet they are actually sick. Yeah, okay. So we're going to breathe. You can stand up. Okay, let's sit. It's okay. Let's sit, but keep your back straight. Keep your back straight. So, inhale. You're going to help us count. Or you want to inhale as well? Okay, count. Inhale, and then you're going to count internally to 4, and then you hold your breath 7. As we're counting to 7, then you breathe out 8. Yes, and then we're going to repeat it 4 times. Okay. Let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3. We are still breathing in. 4. Now, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then breathe out. 1, slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So you need to do this twice every day and more frequently when you're feeling stressed or anxious. Just take the time off to breathe. It allows your chemicals to flow. And, all of these mental issues are based on certain chemicals, dopamine and the like. So Promise me that you're going to practice this breathing technique on a baseline twice every day, because stress is going to hit you whether you like it or not in this economy. So yes, twice every day, but if you are in a crisis or you're going through it, do more. Yeah? Now we are going to do progressive muscle relaxation. So we are going to start from our feet and work our way up. So let's start with the legs. You tense for 5 seconds and you release your muscles. Yeah? Understood? Yeah. So we're going to start with our legs. Tense your leg muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Okay. Then let's go to our abdomen. Tense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Okay, let's go to our chest. Tense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Tighten your rib cage. Yeah. The muscles. Squeeze your rib cage using your muscles. Okay. Then your arms and your shoulders. Tense your muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Whew. Your neck and your face. Tense your neck and your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Okay? So in the middle of your busy schedule and the code is killing you, take a few seconds. It really doesn't take all that much, actually, to reset yourself. Take a few seconds to, tense and release your muscles. Breathe. We did the back, the back muscles, the neck muscles, and there are so many other stretches that you can research about and do. Stretches that you can do while sitting down or maybe lifting your legs on your chair, because I realize that this job is a job where you're sitting and you're not moving your muscles. So you try to do that within your working hours, yeah? So we're going to do guided imagery. Close your eyes, okay? I'm going to read to you. So just close your eyes and imagine you're on a beach in Entebbe. Yeah? There's no work. All the deadlines have been sorted, guys. Yes. Yes. You're along the shores of Lake Victoria and you're barefooted standing on the sand. Do you feel the sand under your feet? Yes. And the wind is blowing you. Do you feel the wind blowing you? Are you hearing the birds flying in the air? Yeah? Okay, so breathe in deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Someone had already finished their breath. Yeah. I want you to try this. When you're in the midst of all that craziness, just take 5 minutes. It only takes 5 minutes for you to remove yourself from that environment and put yourself in a different environment. It's a matter of actually you training your mind. So all these are techniques that you can use in the midst of that crazy work. I need a volunteer for this one. I need a volunteer for laughter yoga. Where? Please come. Please come. You're welcome. So you're going to help us to laugh. Yes. So it's start laughing. Start laughing even if it's fake. Thank you. Someone else with a better laugh, please. Someone with a better laugh. Okay, thank you, everybody. So the other thing that I want you to know about is the positive affirmation. Someone was talking about all these thoughts that are coming in, the negative thoughts that just drive you into anxiety, So when you go back home, maybe I think you have books that you can write down. You have a journal or a notebook. You write down all the negative feelings and then you change them around into positive feelings, You turn the opposite of them and then you read them out loud so that you reprogram your mind from the negative space into a more positive space. So every morning when you wake up and you're bombarded by all these thoughts, switch it, the opposite of it, write it down. The opposite of it, write it down, say it out loud. Every morning you need to have at least 10 of them. At least 10 of them, you say them out loud and repeat it until you believe it. I know maybe the first time you'll be like, am I really good enough? And it doesn't make sense, but just keep repeating it until it actually means something to you so that you go through the day in a more positive way. And that makes you better able to address stress. Because if you already go through the day feeling like, I'm a terrible software developer, the day is going to pummel you. Yeah? Okay, well, this is a question I get often asked a lot. Where do you draw the line? I think if you're not hurting someone else, then it's okay to love yourself. We are coming from a generation where we don't know how to love ourselves. You feel like if you say, I'm good, then I'm proud, We really don't know how to love ourselves. That's why he's saying you can get $1,000 and give everybody else, because that's what our society defines being good as, prioritizing other people. But in that, you're actually forgetting to love yourself. And so now you have to be in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, you can't settle because you need someone else to tell you that you're good. Why don't you tell it to yourself? Because you have this gaping hole. You need someone to say you're amazing or I love you in order for you to feel complete, because you have a hole. You have a hole that you're not feeling, but you're so busy feeling everybody else. Everybody else is, you're smart. You look good. I like your shoes. But for you, you can't take the time to tell yourself that I am smart today. I don't need anybody to tell me this. I actually put in the effort to being smart, so I am smart. So it's a cultural thing, but I think it has also factored into a lot of mental health issues. So we are changing that narrative, and it starts with you. So these are some of the affirmations for you as a software developer, and I want you to read them out loud, and then you tell me how you feel. 1, 2, 3. Can everybody see, yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3, we read. I'm a skilled and capable developer, and my work contributes value to my team and my projects. Learn and grow with every challenge I face, and I am capable of handling anyone.
It's okay to ask for help and collaborate. I'm part of a supportive community. I trust my problem-solving abilities and can find solutions to complex issues. Taking breaks and maintaining a healthy work-life balance makes me more effective developer.
I'm about to be done.
Technology evolves, so perfection is not required. I focus on progress and delivering quality work.
Yes?
My creativity
Yeah, I'm going to wind up.
make me more valuable.
You have just come in.
I'm going to wind up.
I'm confident in my intuitions and I know where myself. Each time you follow the right
Awesome. Unfortunately, because of time, I have really more slides to share, but maybe we shall organize another day, hopefully, and dive deeper into it, because it's not a conversation you can have in one day. Just like malaria can't heal because you've taken one tablet. It's a conversation that we need to keep having. So thank you so much for listening and participating. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can reach out to me. You have my number. I'm sorry, because of time, we cannot really break it down, but you can reach out to me and then we can talk. Yeah?